Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Classic from Classic Live. Hey, I got my homie Corn Dog with me. Hey, we got a crazy video. But before we get into everything, man, I'm gonna need y'all to smash that like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check me out on all the other platforms that you're gonna see that's in the description and stuff. I'm gonna put Corn Dog description in the link in the description also. But we have a situation. Pooh Shiesty in Big 30 has been raided, and they saying it's in connection with the robbery of Gucci Man. Allegedly, not allegedly, but it's been going down. Also, we have an update. Poetic Flacco dropped a video about the person that unalived Drakeo the Ruler. So, man, like before we get into all this stuff, man, Corny, what you got to say about this, bro?
Bro, like the Pooh Shiesty situation, man, that that right there is truly shocking. And this dude must be man, you gotta be a stupid monk. Man, come on, man. You just got out of jail. You just got out. You just got out of some trouble and you know ran right back into it. What is wrong with you? You
Man,
got too much money, man. You know what I'm saying? Go on vacation for a year or something, man. Do something.
hey, that
Get
part.
stay out of trouble.
But they saying that all this is alleged over Gucci Man trying to keep artists under contracts, and when Pooh Shiesty talked to him about getting out his contract, allegedly he was trying to debo him in a situation where he wouldn't let him go. So, do you think that changes anything?
Uh, you still ain't got to handle it like that, though, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah,
Like that. You got too much money to be, messing with the street stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stay up out of that. Just like Young Thug, he thought he was just the biggest gang leader or something. You know what I'm saying? So that caught up to him. You know what I'm saying? He might be in trouble too. But yeah, like I said, man, you just got out of jail, dude. What's wrong with you, dude? Like, sit
man.
back, man. You got money, man, to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Continue with your artistry and stuff like that. That's what it's there. That's what it's for, to distract you from them streets. You know what I'm saying? For real,
I'm not,
man. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. You would think that people would not want to go. Wait, first of all, shout out to Loyalty and Betrayal. Appreciate everything that you've been doing. Now Pooh Shiesty just got out, and you would think that he would not do things to put him back behind bars, but it's not looking good. So, question: before I get to this video, they saying that Gucci Man snitched. So, in the rap community in the streets, that's a no-no. So, what do you think that's going to happen to Gucci Man now that he's labeled a snitch?
hmm, man. I don't know. I mean, I, I don't know. Maybe I don't know about that situation. I mean, because he's older. You know what I'm saying? He's older. He's he ain't in, he keeping himself out of trouble. He doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he showed he's showing a lot of maturity. But when it comes to the snitching thing, that's definitely a no in the street. So I don't know. To these days now, like the snitching thing is all right now when it comes to the fans don't give a shit. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? So you can see that in with Gunner, they didn't care. He still made good music. So same thing though, like it depends on what the fans say, how they take it.
Man, hey, Loyalty and Betrayal said he had an ankle monitor that told where he was, and they all had their cells with them too. So,
Mm.
man, yeah. If y'all don't know,
Oh
Loyalty
wow.
Betrayal, like she's very accurate with a lot of this street stuff. She's one of the best people that pull paperwork and investigate a lot of different people
Oh,
cases
okay.
that they have going on. So whatever she say, it's law. So
Okay.
she said that they had ankle monitors and they cell phones on them, which is two no-nos to where that's already basically a GPS tracking device system on you. So it'd be very dumb to actually engage in any type of criminal activity while you have these type of things that. So Come on now.
You're an idiot.
Goofy.
You are a idiot, man.
Big Goofy. She said the dad rented one of the cars used and cops tracked that too.
Oh.
Hey, for the people that's in the gaming community, GG. Good game. It's over for you. Finito.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're done. Forget about all that.
And the pops too, huh? What?
Yeah, man. That's
one of the cars. He tied in too now.
Yeah, he's already an accessory now. So let's
real bad
out, man.
Yeah, let's see this.
Let me share this screen real quick, man. This is something. Man, I just got home and this is exactly what I'm getting into. This is crazy. Shout out to Trap More Ross. This must be another channel. Yeah, man. Let me get this set up properly, though.
He's definitely Trap More right now,
man. Okay, is it this one? Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, it's crazy though, man. Lord have mercy. Yeah, it's all bad. Let's get into this video though.
Folks, it looks like it's another episode, another season of Ratlanta, because it appears to have been revealed in this Pooh Shiesty paperwork that Gucci Mane actually cooperated with the authorities to identify Pooh Shiesty as the man that allegedly robbed him and held him at gunpoint to let him out of his 1017 record contract. This is what they're saying Gucci Mane is now. All right? They're saying he went full Karen. He picked up that phone. He spoke to the feds. He said, hey, FDO. Let me tell you a little something about Pooh Shiesty. That's what they're saying. They're saying they identified Pooh Shiesty as the man in the Shiesty. They're saying, oh man, all right? People are saying, the whole play was recorded and it took place in front of an off-duty police officer, right? But the paperwork literally says that Gucci described Shiesty and his people, okay? They're saying that that's what happened. So I got the full criminal complaint right here. We did look at this in a previous video where I broke everything down. So this is the full breakdown of everything that happened. And I did kind of read out a lot of this. It's got pictures of the robbery as it was, before it was happening at this recording studio. There's pictures of the victim. Now, interestingly enough, it's apparently now been revealed that this person that was choked out and nearly choked unconscious and injured, they're saying that this is actually Gucci Mane's cameraman. They're saying that it's Matt Marzal or Multi Mars. They're saying that actually might have been him. It's not confirmed, but that is the rumor that's going around. They're saying they robbed a white man. They definitely getting 20 years. Apparently, the cameraman of his valuables. Okay, it's MM. They're saying MM is Matt Marzal, and he was robbed of numerous things: a Rolex, a Louis bag, multiple high-end watches. And they're saying that these fools were actually flexing the watches, the Batman, and they'd be calling it the zombie. Since I'm a watch head, where is it? Basically, they were saying that the dudes that stole the watches, they were flexing them. This is a Rolex Batman. They stole it. And then they was flexing it on the gram. This is a zombie. This is the GMT Master all gold. Absolutely.
Look at this.
How dumb can you be? A loyalty and betrayal said, what now?
That's just, oh my God, that's exactly what I be talking about, man.
It's real, bro.
Man, why? Why do you need, why do they feel like they need to do that? Like, why do you want to go out there and, it's stupid, man.
To be honest with you, I really think first of all, loyalty and betrayal said the dad was with them forcing Gucci to sign paperwork. Yep, I went over all that paperwork. Oh yeah, she went over the paperwork already. So it's like, now going back to what you said, I really believe a lot of these people, for lack of better words, are insecure to the point that they feel like they have to prove something. And you have a lot of trolls on the internet that, you can down there catch a body and they'll be quick to say, well, it's not 2 bodies. You're not no real nigga. You got to catch 3, 4 bodies. You catch 3, 4 bodies. You need to get rid of 10, 15 people now. So
it's all proving grounds, huh?
Yeah, man. And the funny part about it is this is not limited to just these people that's under 30. You got people that's over 30, like AR Ab, the dude from Philly. Talking about, man, I seen him do it. He busted nigga head on 185th Street on the left side. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's
everybody did it. Brick Baby did it. Loose Cannon did it.
bro.
AR rap did it. Everybody got to do it. It's like they feel they need to do it. Like
It's something behind the psychology of letting people know that you this real head buster, because we have example after example after example of multiple people saying exactly what they've been doing and being caught up with the stuff that they've been doing. So it's crazy that they're going on the internet and telling people that they're committing crimes and expect them to, get away scot-free. Like, some of this stuff might take a year, some of it might take a couple years, but they end up getting caught, bro.
Yeah, because they showing the evidence in real time. Like just this right here, like is dates and time that you post up stuff. And the cops is like, oh, thanks. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. You just said we don't even have to ask you the question now.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like low key, being a police officer used to be hard, but now just wait on the internet a couple of days and you'll get so many internet detectives solving the case. Barbara J said, who was the mastermind behind the plan?
Man,
nobody, because no brains were used.
That's idiocracy, man. That's what that is, straight up.
Exactly. Let's continue, man.
Clowns. Okay, that is very, very, very foolish thing to do. And they're basically cooked. Now, interestingly enough, okay, they're saying that the other person that was apparently robbed was an apparent security guard working for Gucci Mane that had ties to law enforcement. So Sedi Nash said this a long time ago. He was saying, who called the police? Obviously, people are saying Gucci cooperated, but they're saying the police officer was robbed along with Gucci. And the rumor has it is that this other person, it was Gucci and two other people that were unnamed.
Space 44 super agents. The next thing you can.
Yeah, this is crazy. Loyalty Patrol said, Barbara J, they saying Junior, but Senior was the one who put it together. Hey, this is the second case that we seen some bullshit ass father leading their kid in the wrong direction. First, we had the Queso situation with the Youngin Ace and all, not Youngin Ace, but Julio situation to where the father snitched on the son just to get out. Now you got Pooh Shiesty father doing drills with his son. Like, do better, please.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. RD, they're saying Redrick Davis, BP apparently is security, maybe ex-police, maybe current police off duty, and the cameraman being MM. That's what they're saying, okay? Actually, scratch that, okay? Scratch that. I've got more details here. It actually says, so RD is Gucci Mane, Redrick Davis, his head of security CW, and another security officer TD, and basically they was who was with him. And then, like, as we see, MM, who is the cameraman, allegedly, was there. But what I want to show you is this. So it's this part where they're saying Gucci Mane snitched, right? It says, so MM, the cameraman, BP, I believe one of the security personnel, and RD Redrick Davis, which is Gucci Mane, all personally knew Williams Jr. by both his legal name and the name under which he performs, Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty is a verified Instagram account, and the individual depicted in the account matches William Jr. MM, videographer, and RD, Gucci Mane, described Williams as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, black hooded shirts, and black pants during the offense. So they're saying that Gucci Mane gave a description, all right? And then this even breaks down what a Shiesty is. A Shiesty is a popular, often black balaclava-style face mask worn as a fashion accessory in urban drill music and streetwear online. It sounds to me like Gucci Mane is cooperating. I personally think that it's okay. I don't really care. I don't think that it's really a big deal. I think he did the right thing. He is an executive. He is a multi-millionaire. He's possibly got a shot at becoming a billionaire in life. Gucci Mane doesn't need to be getting robbed of his wedding ring by fools and clowns like this. So, yeah, but as far as the street code goes, Atlanta, any rappers from Atlanta have been in shambles. We've seen Young Thug get exposed for an interrogation tape. All right, we've seen all types of...
Like, Trap Lord Ross, he'll definitely feel that way because he's a super civilian. He's a part of the people that's, I wouldn't say incriminating, but he speak on a lot of this stuff. And if you're from the streets, that's something that you're not supposed to really do. Loyalty Patrol also said William Jr. provided the paperwork to William Sr. and asked him if the paperwork was good. William Sr. advised that the paperwork needed to be dated. So William Jr. then forced Roderick Davis to add. Barbara J said, apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Hey, that's some real talk though. Loyalty Betrayal said they wanted to see if they could be dumber than OTF in Cali.
You know what? You know what I'm thinking, man? I'm thinking that now I'm saying to myself, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? They thinking that Gucci Man wasn't gonna snitch.
Yeah, but hey, this is the new Gucci Man. Like,
you know what I'm saying? That's what they really thought, dude.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, Gucci Man snitch. Right? So there it is there. Because that's the whole point of, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, why would you do that? That's just stupid. It is. It's still stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's still stupid, even though you didn't think he was going to snitch. It's still stupid.
You're not lying, bro, because the thing is like, let's just be real. I guess for all my civilians in the building, if somebody puts you in this type of predicament, are you going to get justice in the street? So you be the one that end up getting caught up? Like, that's the trick bag about everything. Like,
right.
Somebody robbed you for this $15 million wedding ring, whatever the fuck it is. So you're supposed to take street action by, putting some paper trail, by putting money on somebody's head. Now the person that did something got caught. Now you're implicated in it. Like, come on now. Like, you can call somebody the PUSSY word, whatever it is, but a lot of people that say they would do X, Y, and Z, one, don't have anything to lose. Two, they don't have a fucking brain to use. So the crazy part about it is a lot of these people that talk about they'll crash out and do all this other stuff, they're fucking idiots. And 9 times out of 10, they'll do the same damn thing. Barbara J over there cracking up. His ankle is snitching on them facts, big facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Said one of the guys almost shot MM and Junior told him not to. See, that's what I'm saying. You got
trigger happy too, huh?
This loose cannon, like, oh yeah, let me shoot him.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. And then you're gonna turn a robbery into an M1. Like, and on top of that, they're gonna hit you with the premeditated M. So,
some dummies.
Yeah. Crazy.
Stuff. A lot of people have had accusations against 21 Savage. How do you manage to stay in the country? Ain't even American. But now we got to add Gucci Mane to the list, apparently. Okay, and apparently this robbery got so disrespectful. There's more details emerging. According to Hernandez Govan, shout out to Quet, bet with Quet on YouTube. Okay, he is a major figure in the Memphis underworld. He claimed that Gucci Mane was disrespected so badly during the robbery, he let them unscrew diamonds from his ear.
Before Gucci.
Whoa.
What in the hell? What in the tarnation?
Before the shit was over with, Gucci said, he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still got to go to the lawyers. And motherfucker told him, man, you better shut your bitch ass up before a nigga shoot you on GP.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Damn.
Motherfucker, this how bad they disrespected him, man. Man, they went in his ear and took his earrings out, unscrewed him.
No, what?
Man, treat him like a real hoe. Unscrewed him.
They unscrewed the earrings.
Unscrewed the earrings, nigga.
So they took earrings, they took the wedding band off. Did Gucci take the wedding band off himself? Yeah, or did they rip it off his face? I was wondering how physical they got with Gucci.
Hey, Gucci followed instructions real well under pressure.
I mean, shit, I would too.
Before.
See, now, he just now said Gucci followed real well instructions under pressure. And I just seen Loyalty just say, why bring guns if you don't plan to use them? Yeah, unless you're really trying to catch a body and stuff like that. But, pistols and all that type of artillery is definitely a good bargaining chip to where you don't really have to say much.
Yeah, intimidation.
Stuff for you, they'll start breaking themselves without you even. Or you can just be just saying nothing and acting like a mime. They'll you want to take this one? All right, for sure. So people have to bring different things just to have that upper hand. Because if you don't, what if the person that you're trying to rob end up pulling and upping on you? Now they're gonna start busting on you, then you're gonna be gone. So that's just what I think about that. Barbara J said because he wasn't even able to run away properly from the crime with GPS on. Yeah. They had AKs.
God damn.
And she said Gucci did have a gun. See, okay, that's why they came with the pistol. Unless you're gonna pop one in the air before, just to set the tone, or you gonna pop them. So yeah, man. So I'm pretty sure. Okay, so if Gucci was strapped, I know he didn't have nothing bigger than no AK in the AK.
Yeah,
definitely. I know that people don't want to get hit with one of those for sure. And the corny, like what, like man, say something, brother. Like what's going on, man?
Man, this is like I said, some idiocracy, dude. Like the plan, it went far left. You know what I mean? Like from day one, the start of the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the dumbest idea ever. You know what I mean? Like, man, like Gucci said, you got lawyers for that. You know what I mean? You handle that like, in a civil way. Especially if you got money like that, man. What you tripping on?
I'm not gonna lie. I just now started thinking about that Gucci song. Gucci, man, got long money. So yeah, if you got long money, you're not gonna it get to a certain level to where you're not doing. At one point in time, you might be that person that's doing a lot of the dirty work, but then once you elevate, you're gonna have other people doing it for you. Loyalty just said Gucci knew he was outgunned. They said so they didn't fight back. Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. Like when they got the ups on you, this ain't no fucking movie. You're not John Wick. This isn't the Matrix. You're not airbending type of. You won't give it up because,
like I said, man. Like I said, my whole point to like, why would you do this? Is because they actually thought that Gucci wasn't gonna snitch.
Yeah.
And that's why, because look, if the plan would have went the right way. But I don't know, because like Gucci was saying, like the dude just said, Gucci said, we still got lawyers, still gotta get a hold of this, even though I'm signing this right now. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So yeah, like I mean, how would it really turned out even if the plan would have been successful? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, Gucci Man didn't snitch. They got away with it. You know what I mean? They got away with it. So you gonna get out the contract that way? You done? You out now?
Loyalty says something else that's very, very smart. We had a situation like this before with Dr. Dre, but with Easy.
Easy and Vanilla Ice.
Exactly. You got witnesses to say he signed at gunpoint makes it void. Yeah, you can't sign over anything under duress.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so she's right on that, and I agree with you on that too, man. It don't make no sense. Like, if this is the plan that they came up with, it really, like you saying who's the mastermind, you really don't have no mastermind because nothing is going correctly.
Yeah, because that just sounds like a spur of the moment thing. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Now I don't know if Loyalty is if she's joking with this, but Senior made the papers at Staple Office Supplies.
What the fuck?
What the? It's too much evidence.
Oh my god!
Paper trail.
Oh my god!
Like that's wild.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy.
Before the shit was over with, Gucci said he looked up and said, after he signed the papers and they made him sign the papers, he said, damn, y'all know this ain't how this shit go. We still gotta go to the lawyers.
You've been in a car accident. Sit down, take a breath.
Yeah, she said it's on footage. That's what I'm
saying. It's on footage.
Today,
it's on footage.
Committing crimes, you kind of dumb because they people snitching. There's evidence everywhere. People be snitching on themselves indirectly and directly. Like, just give it up, bro. Like, I wouldn't say do some scamming, but it's nothing that's possible that you're going to get away with.
Yeah, not these cameras is everywhere. Everybody got a goddamn phone. You know what I'm saying? Like dash cams, everything.
Hey, I hear that with the mic for some reason. Hey, chat, do y'all hear any like type of echoes? If y'all do ever hear any echo for future reference, just let us know so we can correct it and everything to be cool. But yeah, this whole situation is crazy, bro. Like this dude just got out. He made his first day out video, and now he's about to. You need to hurry up and record a first day back.
Yo, that too is the whole point of what I'm saying. You just got out. What the? How long has this man been out, man? It's only been months, right?
I was about to say it seemed like it's been less than 2 months, to be honest with you.
Man,
the other fuck is wrong? How long he been down? He been down for like a good 6-7 years.
Dude. That's just fucking crazy, dude. Because I think about it, man. Like, even if I was at that age, you know what I'm saying? My head would be straight, especially if I got some fucking money, man. Like, I got this money right here. I'm about to do this. I'm in this contract. Well, hell, I'm just gonna have to work through it. You know what I'm saying? I want to continue on making more music. You know, putting this artistry out here, being creative and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you got the best, man. You got what a lot of these up and coming artists they want that. They want to be in that position, bro. You just got out of jail or prison. You know what I'm saying?
And man, away. Loyalty said the cops tracked them from Memphis to Dallas, and every place they went in Dallas. Then she said, whoa. Then they stayed at a hotel renting 4 rooms and stole a car, then rode the Greyhound back to Memphis. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo. I'm gonna have to do some research on this right here, man. Find that footage she talking about.
Man.
Yeah, where's that footage at? I want to see that.
Well, shit, sound like Loyalty and Betrayal got it on lock, man. She all this shit, man. Like, shit, man. Hey, join the panel real quick, man. Like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. Okay, it's actually crazy when you think about it. Okay, and apparently the robbery was recorded as blackmail. Apparently, Big 30 shots
as blackmail.
The whole robbery, and that he was actually planning to use it to blackmail Gucci Mane. And if the feds
You're
get hold
fucking
of this,
dumbass,
it's going to be spectacular.
Pray that they don't have the video because they said Big 30 allegedly recorded it.
What do you mean? He recorded it?
Yeah, what happened?
Ain't no way.
That's the same thing they were saying when I first came to the net. Ain't no way.
That's facts. Hernandez Govan, to his credit, he said that this was going to happen months ago. He was one of the first people saying this, and they said it's cap.
It's crazy.
It's all true.
No way. Not everybody got to eat crow.
Roles in the federal offense. This is as follows. Electronic monitoring, data.
So, yeah, we already found out, right, that basically he was wearing the ankle monitor during the actual robbery.
Yo, shout out to Loyalty and Betrayal. Hey, man. What's the word, man?
Yo, for real.
It was a comedy show reading the documents when I was live because I had not read. I actually got the documents while I was live, reading it for the first time. We couldn't stop laughing.
I swear, listening to this whole situation, I could just hear the Benny Hill music playing in the background. Like, oh no, like what the fuck are they doing?
Now, but here's the crazy part. I got the 32 pages from the news media. Put out a link and gave it to us because the feds still hadn't put it on Pacer yet. But yeah. What I did get from Pacer was his old case. And his old case, them cops did their homework. Because he stole or him and Bobby Brown, which is his road manager, and somebody else met up with two guys. They were going to get some weed and a pair of shoes. Okay. The car he's driving, he's actually leasing from one of the guys that they're going to rob. Okay. They rob him for codeine, $500 pair of shoes, and the weed. Shoot one of them in the hip, shoot the other one in the butt. And then when they jump back in the vehicle to take off, his Louis Vuitton bag fell out the driver's side door while he's driving, and it was full of over $40,000 in $100 bills.
What?
They go back and look at his social media, and he had just been flexing on Instagram this bag full of money, and they were able to pick up the serial numbers off the $100 bills and matched it to the bag of money that he dropped at the crime scene.
Damn.
These are not smart criminals.
Sure isn't. There's some dummies.
Now, mind you, one of the other guys in this batch of 9 guys that they're arresting, he's on house arrest in Mississippi. But apparently Mississippi, they never mentioned anything about them complaining about him being out of range or anything. So I don't know how that works. But the guy that they're talking about, that video recorded it, his part was blocking the door and pulled out his cell phone and he recorded it. Now, according to AK-47, he saw that recording months and months ago. And so that's kind of what that beef is between him and SETI right now, because they're going back, because he had said it. Everybody called him a liar or whatever. Now it's coming to fruition, that type of thing. But he used his daddy's car from Memphis.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't. You can't. And just like she said, these are not some smart criminals. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like we're sitting here saying what he just did was dumb and stupid. You're an idiot for doing it. He already did some dumb shit already. So, yeah, you deserve this shit, bro.
when I first heard about it, I was thinking, man, you done pulled your daddy into this. But as I'm reading the paperwork, when I got to that part that said they forced him to, it was only the junior and senior that went into the recording room.
Yeah.
And it was Gucci Man, and I think that was it. Okay. So those two had the guns, forcing him to sign. After he signs, Pooh Shiesty turns to his daddy and says, "Is this all good?" That if he's the same age as my son, if my son's gonna pull off something like this, and he's got to turn to me and ask me, "Is this good?" Son, you don't be pulling off crime.
Yeah.
So to me, because especially since they said that they got his daddy on footage going to Staples office supply, making this paperwork, running copies, got the receipt, everything. Okay. Daddy premeditated it. Daddy put this together. But they're still calling Pooh Shiesty the mastermind. In my opinion, if you got to get daddy's approval, then daddy's the mastermind.
Facts. Because you're basically, they're going to make it seem like, well, you're just basing everything off of what he's saying. So definitely that's what it looked like. Barbara J said, "Welcome, Lord Trail." She said, aren't they saying that he might face life in prison for that?
Well, let me back that up. We could bring OTF into this too as well. The case that he got the 63 months and the 3 years probation in Florida, he's on the ankle monitor. I don't know how many months he did of the 63 because he got approved to leave and come home and be on house arrest. But he had 4 counts, and this was a superseding indictment. Counts 2, 3, and 4 were dropped. Count 4 had a life, what do you call it? A lifetime time limit. The other 3 had 20 years. So if you're gonna end up, it doesn't matter if it's a possibility of life. If they're gonna plea bargain it down and drop those charges, those counts, oh well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he had a 20, a 20, a 20 in a lifetime. And he ended up getting 63 and was still let out early. And Florida's not easy. And that was a Florida charge.
Oh, wow.
Now,
man.
I will say this from my own personal experience coming from Texas. Texas don't play with kidnapping charges. And this is a kidnapping charge. I was telling them on my live that one of my backdoor neighbors got into it with this chick, and he jumped in his Bronco to leave. She jumped in with him. He's trying to push her out. She don't get out. They end up leaving together. We thought it was over with. Several months down the road, we find out he got charged with kidnapping charges and got 9 years because she told the cops he forced her to go with him. And he was trying to kick her ass out the car. And they'll like double layer it because it'll be like kidnapping, confinement. Well, to me, that's, and, they'll do all that in Texas. They when it comes, there's just every state's got their own little pet peeves about what they don't like. Texas kidnapping is big one.
So with him trying to get her out the vehicle, that's basically like he say, she say, his word against hers.
Word against her word. And we didn't know that there was ever any charges, so it wasn't like we could even, hey, Mr. Officer, let me speak up on the behalf of dude, which I probably wouldn't have done because he did whack her upside the head a couple of times, and that pissed me off. My old man's telling me don't go get involved, and he's pulling me back in the house. But at the same time, don't lie on people. Don't lie. That's I went and got locked up on a lie, and there was plenty I was guilty for. They never charged me for it. They charged me on a lie. So to me, my pet peeve is don't lie on me.
Right.
The law's simple. You break this law, this is what you're supposed to go to jail for. Not because we can't prove it, we're gonna put something else on you. But yeah, this 32 pages, it reads like a comic book comedy.
It's truly entertaining.
License plate readers, footage from the hotel, footage from Staples, footage from the damn studio. And what I was saying about with the guns, okay? Not that I'm encouraging anybody to do anything, because I think it was all stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
But and I just enrolled in college for paralegal, okay? But even though I haven't started yet, even I know that contract is null and void because you signed it under duress. And unless you kill all the witnesses, including your co-defendants, and you burn the building down where there's no footage of you doing anything of this crime, you're not going to. It might take 25 or 30 years in litigation, even still doing all that, because Gucci Mane's got a partner. And that partner has to sign also and agree to everything also.
Okay.
He's not just a one-man show. I don't know how many partners he's got, but, he's a business corporation. So it's like, I don't know, maybe they just wanted to go to jail.
I don't know what they had to prove, but it's hard to think that anybody thought very hard on this. This has got to be like some kind of spur of the moment stuff, because like from the contract, from the actual charges that they could receive, how successful they're going to be with this whole mission. Like, it wasn't well thought out, in my opinion.
It was thought out enough that the daddy rented the vehicle at the end of December and had it until January the 11th, and the crime took place on January 10th. And that was his contract for renting from Hertz Rental Car.
Damn.
So that was premeditated enough that way. The other vehicle, like I said, was Wright's daddy. There was 2 Dodges and another vehicle. I forgot what the other vehicle was. But what got me was, okay, apparently Pooh Shiesty's dad has a rental property close to Dallas area. And I guess Pooh Shiesty's house arrest, he's gotten it transferred over there because in Fresno, I think is where it is. But anyway, after they committed this crime, they tracked everybody going back to their place. But only the junior and the senior stay there. The other guys go get 4 hotel rooms. While they're there, they steal, I think it was a Dodge Charger, some kind of Dodge. I don't know, Hellcat, something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
From the hotel. I guess they went driving around on the town that night because Dallas is a place to go clubbing. I will give it that. But then they rode the Greyhound back to Memphis. So Greyhound, you've got those tickets. You got to show your ID, just like an airplane. They got everything, step by step by step, and their cell phone. They said only 2 of the co-defendants, they don't have their cell phone records yet. They got everybody else.
They're gonna get it. I'm just shocked. You said that they tracked them from Memphis to Dallas. That's a long paper trail worth of shit to where you making all type of mistakes because you're not. They probably tightened up once they got in the area, but them being on the road, they thinking that they got away scot-free or they're not being tracked. But lo and behold, they are.
For me to get to Dallas is 16, 17 hours. Memphis is still way east of me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to give it to them. Okay, we're trading drive. That's just me driving by myself. So I'm going to give it to these guys. Let's say y'all were trading off drivers. He's still going to be 18 to 20 hours. They got him on license plate readers. They got, you know that, okay, it takes from here to where I go in Texas is a 12-hour drive, and it takes 3 fill-ups. How many fill-ups just from Memphis to Dallas? At least 4 or 5. At least 4. So every time you stop to put gas, now we got that credit card, the debit card. Now we're going to go that footage. They've had over a year to collect all these things. Mind you, they knew about the crime the same day or the day after. So they've had a full year to collect all this evidence.
They could.
Wow.
They got all that. I know they.
Man.
And it's not like they're going to be smart enough to use cash, but you're still going to be on surveillance of, oh, you was at this location at this particular time. So
that they you know, because if you're using cash, you got to go inside to the register.
Uh-huh.
They're going to have a camera right there at the register. And a lot of the places, they're not going to let you walk in there looking like you're looking right now with your ice.
Remove the mask, sir, please. Like, yeah. That's crazy.
No mask allowed.
Man. Yeah, this dude is cooked. Let me see what else they got saying in this video.
All right.
And funnily enough, okay, this ain't the first time that Pooh Shiesty's lied about his ankle monitor, okay? Apparently, he was not supposed to be there. He had phone call with his PO who had said, you need to get home at the location of the robbery. This dumbass, all right? One of the most dumb drills I've ever heard in history. And we've seen him lying about this on camera before. Remember this?
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna have to put Loyalty and Betrayal information in the description box also. Y'all need to check her out. She got some fire information when it comes to a lot of this stuff that's going on in the street, and nothing goes without her seeing it.
Okay.
You love Trey Williams? Yeah, I'm at the house. Yeah, keep it. All right. You sign me up?
Tommy got motion with that.
Yeah.
He on the phone with Bender Donovan in the stream talking to his PO, talking about, yeah, I'm at the house. It's Lontrell Williams. Yeah, I'm at the house. I'm at the house. Cap. Okay, it's actually insane. So academics would claim that he believes that Gucci Mane actually gets a pass for snitching, and that basically you can't really expect any Atlanta rappers to stay solid in this day and age, and I do actually agree.
Kidnapping in violation of that. Chat, is Gucci's career done? Gucci is a victim of a kidnapping. According to this federal agent, Gucci helped them identify the culprits. I think Gucci should get a pass. He's from Atlanta. For Atlanta rapper not to tell, that'll be breaking news.
Wow.
Yo, chat. It's going to be viral the day an Atlanta rapper be like, yo, breaking news. This Atlanta rapper, with all the reasons to tell, didn't tell. Who cares? And is Gucci a street guy anymore? This is regular Atlanta business right here. But I got to be honest with you. Shiesty's fried and committed kidnapping.
Yeah, Shiesty's fully fried. Now, everybody's been reacting to what's going on with Gucci telling. Some people can't believe this is Atlantology, the Atlanta street music subreddit. They're saying Gucci telling too. Shake my head. You guys are never beating the Ratlanta allegations. Every dude from the city I looked up to done told. They're saying Future the only one left, but you shouldn't look up to these guys anyway. They're just regular dudes with money. Okay, they're saying, I'm just wondering, how can Pooh Shiesty be so fucking stupid and do this? I'm wondering the same thing. I can't believe dudes hate freedom like this. Rich dudes at that. I think it was for Big Scar. Same way how you thought Von Death ain't affect Dirk enough to actually slide. Okay. Saying, come on, what, man? They can't believe it. And everybody's posting 76 days ago, Pooh Shiesty and Chopper Gang robbed Gucci Mane at the Atlanta studio. They're saying you guys are gullible as F in the comments. People, I'd like to thank him for confirming it was true. That's why Gucci Mane been quiet. His wife probably told him to cooperate with law enforcement too. They're saying he's a grown man. His wife can't make him snitch. I don't understand how Whopper snitch if the shit was recorded by an off-duty cop. So when it's turned in and the police come question him and other people, what's he going to say? That's not me. It's not going to work. Even then, he ain't call him, so how is he a rat? Not to mention, you got to grow up. Gucci don't be on this shit no more. And the way Pooh went about it, y'all just as dumb as him. This ain't 1870. Cameras everywhere, eyes everywhere. People saying facts. Gucci could have died, and this shit would all still be happening. These boys got it all confused. It's over. Victim RD, he's been converted to the rat side by his best friend QCP, the best to ever do it. All right. Atlanta run on hip-hop truly came to an end. Pooh Shiesty kidnapped him for the worst plan in human history, got recorded doing it, got caught instantly, and somehow it's Gucci's fault that Pooh is a dumbass. Gotti really the king of Memphis? Damn. Got Dolph out of there. Gucci a rat now. Gotti up millions through his label, and he's chilling, and he only took a loss when his brother got murdered. That is a pretty big loss still. Chopper Gang 4L, the new death row. We do shit the Suge way. Pooh Shiesty from the feds. All right, back to the feds. People saying, how Whopper rat when he came to conduct legal business? They took a 35-carat pinky ring worth millions, plus all the other shit that got took in front of an off-duty cop that was security and a bunch of white folks. You think you just report $1 million ring to insurance and they just pay out like nothing? You think the other white people watches got took accepting that? Legal and illegal have never mixed. Boosie sued his brother of contracts. This is the same situation, except it was done with violence, okay? Every city got rats. Let's see what the Chicago Gang subreddit is saying. Chiracology, another rapper rat to add to the list. Radrick Davis described Pooh Shiesty.
Everybody's saying the same thing.
Shiesty mask, black hooded shirt, and black pants. To say that Shiesty was in a Shiesty is crazy. Radrick Delantic Davis. Okay. Since so Gucci Mane street cred gone, Atlanta officially over with. Never thought I'd see the day. Damn. There's a reason why him and Rick Ross are friends. It's funny seeing this go down as I was listening to that track with Dirk and Gucci. Rumors, no. So you telling me Gucci been hoeing dudes his whole career, but when it's his turn, he telling ATL down 10, 17 points. Damn what?
Oh, wow.
They're saying really, they said the next Boosie interview going to be entertaining. Oscar the Doc's out. We done been seeing him. It's sad. He really identified Pooh and Big 30. They said Nike's PR guy about to get woken up with an air horn. He kept saying Jeezy sent somebody to delete him in 04. So this ain't new. All right. So they're going to give him the 6ix9ine treatment. They're going to let it slide just like they did with Thug. Surprisingly, they ain't let it slide for Gunna, but Gucci should be chilling. So according to this comments, gangster snitching is okay for special occasions. People doing street code gymnastics because it's their favorite rapper. Stop looking up to these dudes. Street stuff is clownery. Anyway, there's no code or honor in this low-life stuff. They're saying Gucci should validate the facts. See, a millionaire living the good life. If I were a millionaire and got robbed, you best believe you go into prison. We need less people like Pooh Shiesty on the street anyway. And it's not even snitching. If Big 30 got caught and told on Pooh, then that would be snitching. Maybe that's going to happen. So if I get shot and the police ask me who did it, and I say a dude wearing all black, but I didn't give a name, that means I snitched. F out here. The streets are done. Most of these dudes don't even belong in the streets, but time changed. They're saying he identified Big 30 being there too, but I didn't see that until after this was posted. Is that true? Should we check it? Should we check if he identified Big 30 shots? Big brr. All right. Let's see. Let's see if he identified Big 30.
The fans are speaking.
You say that again, Corny?
I said the fans are speaking. Like I was saying earlier, I was like, you asked me, do you think that, Gucci is a snitch? And I said, you got to see what the fans say on that. You know what I mean? Like, only they can tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's plain and simple that you know, he is snitching. Like I said, you know, he's older and mature now, so you know, yeah, he snitched. The people were saying it, and the people were also saying the same thing we're saying. Pooh Shiesty got to be one of the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet right now. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's saying the same thing.
Well, let me ask a question.
What's that?
Was he supposed to just like file for insurance and not say nothing?
Yeah, like,
Okay, before you answer that, let me remind you, when you file for your insurance, the first thing you're gonna say is, do you have a police report?
right.
True that.
So he wasn't going to say anything. That's what they expected from him. They expected from him not to
that would
snitch
mean
at all.
he could not recover through insurance or nothing.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So that would make him a goofy.
Yeah. Well,
I say it like that because of his age. He's not a YN out here running the streets.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's a time where everybody has to grow up. Men have to become men.
Right.
And
Like
I could say this, Klasic, you know this, Big Dale got out of the streets. He still honored what he was living for most of his life, but he became a man, and he was not doing that same activity. He was not doing those same things. Now, I know you had a lot of conversations with him behind the scenes. I had a lot of conversations with him behind the scenes. There was only one time that he ever asked me specifically something to look up that maybe people would say was police, but that was because it was personal. And it was not anything that I ever put out, published, or anything like that. That was between friends, you know. But the thing is this, you know, I hear it all over the internet. Well, they can claim it, you know, the Migos the same way. Oh, I got insurance to get that back or whatever when they stole his chain back up. Who was it? He was fighting with back in the day when they first started out at the restaurant. I think it was a Chief Keef or somebody, whoever the hell that was back then.
Yeah.
They were all like, well, I got insurance. But the thing is, the first thing they're going to tell you with the insurance is you got a police report. Because without a police report, you can't file insurance.
I'm not gonna lie, Loyalty, like you're smart as fuck because that is true. So in some sense, you might not be saying like, you know, getting on the internet and all that stuff, but you do have to file a police report. And if you file a police report, any type of activity dealing with the cops is snitching. But at the same time, it's like, what, you supposed to get it in blood from somebody that don't have these millions, or are you supposed to take that loss? And
either way, you take the loss, because even if you got it back in blood, that's not getting it back. His blood is not worth 30 million.
Right.
That part. So, and another thing, like dealing with Big Dale, Big Dale, even though he wasn't still active like that, he didn't mess with no snitches. So, you know,
nope.
It is what it is. Like when you're in the street, then my whole thing is like, if you're in the streets, then you have to honor those codes, even though other people won't honor that. But the streets is so slippery and slimy. You got some cutthroat ass people that don't honor no codes. So, you know, I think it's like a lose-lose situation. If you have to be in the street, then you have to do what you have to do. But I wouldn't advise anybody to be in the streets, especially if they have family or any loved ones, because loved ones can become targets and they suffer just as much as you suffer whenever you get into something. You get shot, you go to jail, whatever the fuck it is. They suffer just as much. So, you know, the streets is very unforgiving.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Let's get back to this. Almost over.
His real name, right, is Wright. Okay. He appears here, Rodney Wright Jr. And it says here, Wright is known as the hip hop artist Big 30. So let's have a look at where he's mentioned. And we need to see if RD confirmed that Wright was there. We're seeing a account of what happened with Wright's name being mentioned alongside Radrick Davis.
I want to invite you to a free trading and investing workshop.
That's crazy that they're not letting up on Gucci at all.
But it says, you know, this is saying as RD. So this is a version of events, but this isn't saying that RD identified anyone. According to BP's statement to law enforcement, he witnessed Wright pointing a cell phone at RD inside the recording room, but assumed Wright was taking pictures for social media. So basically, the security appeared to confirm that he saw Big 30 filming Gucci Mane as the account was going on, but he thought he was taking normal stuff for social media, and he ended up barricading the door, right? According to law enforcement, his father, so Big 30's father is a real father-son affair, okay? I'm not seeing Gucci Mane identifying Wright, to be honest with you. I'm not seeing RD identify him. I'm seeing the name here. I'm seeing they got him on cell site data, and there he is. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. This says Radrick Davis, RD, as well as the cameraman and the other person. So MMBP and RD, which is Gucci Mane, all identified Wright, a well-known hip-hop artist also known as Big 30, is present during the offense. MM and RD, Gucci Mane, identified his Instagram account as CEO Big 30, which is verified by Instagram. Contains photographs of Wright with Williams and Waters. Yeah. Yeah, that's Gucci Mane identified Wright as being present during the offense. So that's Gucci Mane identifying Big 30. It is what it is. It's there in black and white. It's there. Not really anything else to be said. BP is identifying these other people. We're not seeing Gucci Mane mentioned in those. But yeah, I mean, eyewitness account stated that he was there and they got cell phone data. They're cooked. Every single one of them's cooked. Is absolutely outrageous. Okay. And this is just going viral absolutely everywhere. Even the Toronto demons in Torontology are basically saying Gucci Mane cooperated with the FBI to get them arrested for robbing him at gunpoint. And they're saying Shiesty is an idiot. All right. He must hate his freedom. Okay. It's going absolutely viral. And I just can't believe it. People are saying that the Pooh Shiesty fall off is real. Okay, saying blew up in 2020, same year, robs and shoots a sneaker dealer, then shoots up the inside of a club in 2021, not the good kind of way. 2022 gets prison for 5 years. 2025 gets released early, has another hit song, first day out, FDO, sets up a record label owner to get robbed. 2026, arrested on federal charges for moving those guns across states. That's the timeline of his career. It's not looking good, chum. Not looking good. One thing I'm curious about, okay, that I'm going to look up real quick for you guys is, okay, Pooh Shiesty's song, FDO. So this did come out before this happened. So the song came out on December the 12th, 2025, and this all went down the month afterwards in January 2026, I believe. And I was curious because I was thinking, I wonder if he thought that he was off the label when he dropped FDO, whether he thought, oh yeah, I'm about to keep all the money for this. So it would be less than a month later. On January the 10th, 2026, that's when the kidnapping went down. So it was less than a month after FDO. FDO became a hit. It ended up going number 12 on Billboard. So in the midst of the success of FDO, that is actually when Pooh Shiesty basically decides to crash the F out and do all of this. So he was thinking this song going up so much, he needs to strong arm his label boss and get that money back. It's actual insanity. Okay, on the week of January 10th, 2026. So quite literally.
So he went and rapped about it?
Apparently, bruh. That's what.
Dude.
You know why? That's why, low-key, why whenever I get in a situation of somebody doing all that big wolfing and big talking and all that shit, I never get scared. You know who the people that get scared of? The people that you get into it, man. All right, have a blessed day. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Those are the people you need to worry about because those are the people that's actually going to do what they're not even talking about. So all
quiet ones. Yeah, the quiet ones.
Exactly. So just why? You made a couple of bands off of that record, but now that's going to be evidence to where you're going to have to spend more on lawyers.
I think the song was made before the crime, but the song was made. I'll say it like this: if the daddy rented the vehicle at the end of December to commit this crime, and he released that song in December. You know this was premeditated enough that he
It
was
still might be possible.
insinuating, but it hadn't taken place yet. This is what I
Okay.
plan on doing, type of thing.
Okay. Got you. Got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as far as what he's talking about, um, they barricaded the door and stuff like that. Yes. When they were leaving, okay, one of the guys pressed his gun up against the white guy's head. That's the one that they showed the pictures where he has scratches on his neck. He stole his watch, and he in his bag he had multiple other Rolex watches, but he also had those air things. What do you call them? That track people.
Uh,
Air
The
tag.
AirPods.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Air tags.
Yeah.
Okay, that was in the
Yes.
Louis Vuitton bag. So when they stole that whole bag, and they have the picture of them wearing the bag out of the studio, that was another way that they were tracking.
Oh my God.
So they were able to track the merchandise that they stole off these people, and but that's when he had the gun pushed on his head. The white guy, they said, looks up at him and says, "You really gonna steal my watch?" And that's when he said something about or whatever. And that's when Pooh Shiesty came back and said not to shoot him, not to kill him, or whatever. Apparently, they came out of the little the dad and son came out of the little studio area, and I think one of the security guards ran in with Gucci Man. So those two are now in the studio. They pull out their guns, and then they realize, no, we're outnumbered. So they just held the door shut so the guys couldn't come back in. And so that's when the guys left with what they had. So when they say kidnapping, it's not that they took them and put them in their vehicle anywhere. Just by blocking their exit from that studio room, that's considered kidnapping.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, that's real
Yeah.
talk. I forget, like they said, like if you just move somebody a couple of feet, that can be kidnapping. And just like you said,
15 feet.
blocking somebody from
being
an
able
like
to leave. Yeah.
exactly. So
And it goes back to that couple that I was telling you about back in the day, and this was like 20 something years ago. But you know, that was part of her excuse that she could not get out of the vehicle because he's driving. So that prevented them from being able to leave. That type. And to me, I think that was bogus. But in this situation, I think that it's a borderline whether or not you can say that he was snitching. Because if you think about it, if they went in to the police station, these other ones, because you got the security guard, he's got to tell because he's an off-duty cop, and then you got the camera guy, he's telling because they almost choked him out to unconsciousness. That's why, you know, where they got him on that. But and it looks like a vampire bit his wrist. It's weird. But if Gucci Man's sitting there with them in the police station, and they're asking a specific question, and if he says, "I don't know nothing," "I don't know nothing," at some point things can go left in Texas quick. I'm telling you. And they could have turned around and said, I mean, you just got to know the way that Texas handles things like this. They could have said, or were you in on it for the insurance money? Anything at all. That's the way Texas will play. If you piss them off by not, you know, like I said, My thing with mine was when the discovery finally came up on my case, they realized there was nothing there. They said everything was non-narcotics. It was Kool-Aid and breath mints. What they were saying was drugs. And so as soon as they realized that, that's when they turned around and said, okay, well, we're going to get you, for making late payments and probation and stuff like that. And in Texas, you can go the same punishment for having drugs is the same punishment for making a late payment to probation,
What
which is
the hell?
2 years in the state penitentiary. If they want to push it, that's what it is. And so I was like, you know what, these guys, they wanted. My attorney told me, they want their hunk of. You're just gonna have to figure out how much you're willing to give them to get this over. And that's what I did. So I went ahead and I plea bargained. Because I was supposed to have a $5,000 bond. They had $150,000. And sat there for 9 months at the county and went to court 12 times. And all they kept doing was resetting and resetting. So it became apparent. That's where me knowing the law got me in trouble. Because I was quoting the law back to them, and that pissed them off. And that's the way Texas play with it. So that's what I'm saying. It's a 50-50 situation if you want to say Gucci Man snitched or not. Because he's not a kid. He's not out the streets. He's not living that life. It's not like he saw a crime and ran down to the PD and said, hey, Mr. Officer, I saw you did that, This is something that he's involved with. He's on footage with as well. So he wasn't really volunteering information. He was answering specific questions.
That part. And honestly, it's like if you're not in the streets like that and somebody victimized you, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Like, it'll never be okay for somebody to be committing crimes with somebody and then turning their back and snitching on somebody. That's definitely a no-no. But if you're not out there committing crimes, then, hey, either you're going to commit a crime to get back, but it's not going to be equal to what you lost. So, shit, get your millions, man.
Yeah, you a citizen, you know what I'm saying? At that, you know what I'm saying? Like, gang members, they treat them like soldiers out there in the streets. So they call citizens or we civilians, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that.
They could have said, you know what, that was too easy. If you didn't, if nothing ever got told, that was too easy. Let's go hit his house now. And his wife's there. Because they got a lot more in the house. They got, just coming out here. And then the wife gets killed, So, yeah, I mean, as a man, as a married man, he's got kids, if he's a father or not, you are required mentally to think that far ahead.
Yeah.
I know mothers do it, so I'm fathers do it.
Yeah.
We don't
that's real stuff.
Yeah, he got a lot of responsibility right now, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and honestly, I guess a part of being a man, it isn't always getting them with these or getting them with these. Sometimes you got to use your brain, man, and protect your family. So,
And even if the whole internet says it's a rap, by next week there'll be a new rap and they'll already forgot about this. Look at little Jay in Chicago. They clowned him about being a transgender or whatever.
Yeah.
Not a transgender, but he had a
transition.
Yeah.
That did go on for a long time, and it still goes on here and there. But you know what? His fans are still shouting him out for his music.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They don't even care, huh? Like I said, man. Hey. But like I said, though.
Story to talk about. Reddit is going to find a new story to talk about by next week or the following week. OTF will come out with some new paperwork, and they'll be back talking about that.
Yep.
Bottom line.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, the fans are their answer for you. You know what I'm saying?
And it's sad that it's that way because you know what? Music artists are not making their money off the fans anymore.
I know. That's true.
So why are they letting the fans run everything? Same thing with the interviews. It used to be you got interviewed. I don't care who it was. If it was Zach, what was those other ones? Sally Jesse Rockwell, Phil Donahue, all the way back there in the 80s. They asked you about your music.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear hardly anybody mention more than 30 seconds in their whole interview about music, unless it's got some beat to it.
I was just about to say that.
That's the only time, that's the only thing that they want to talk about is beat. So it's society and social media that eggs on these beefs that go on. But at the same time, I'm gonna say this. I know you probably heard that little clip that Dirk just put out about getting his mind right and reading these books and comparing himself to revolutionaries and stuff. That was total BS. That's jail time. Because those guys that you're talking about did not put bags on people's heads to be killed. And every time Dirk has been up for a crime, if he gets found guilty, he's got to slap on the wrist. I mean, we can go all the way back to the early 2010s when they found the gun that killed a woman in Dirk's hand, and he still got away.
Damn.
People don't talk about that. They have to. And that's why I say things get forgotten because a bigger story pops.
He ain't lying though. That's wild.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys come and get down off the here. I appreciate you bringing me up. I've missed being on a panel with you since our friend is gone. And I miss having conversations with him. I really, but
in fact, it's been long overdue. This isn't going to be the last time. Like I said, every time I see you, I'll be like, man, I need to hit her up and everything. But I will make more of an effort because I know I've been running around studio sessions.
Your platform, you speak on things that I don't cover. So a lot of times I'll slide in, I'll throw a thumbs up on there. If it catches my attention, I'll hang around. But a lot of your topics is not in my genre of things that I'm speaking on or I'm interested in. But I'm still support.
And I appreciate that.
And we appreciate that.
A lot of times, if I'm working on the computer, I'll leave the tab open and I just mute it. So that way you still get the view and it's still running. I can hear you, but it's still running. That's the way I feel that I support. There's a lot of people I'm fight with that either I'm not agreeing with what they're saying or I'm just not interested in what they're saying. I'll leave the tab open, let it keep running with the mute button and keep working on whatever it is I'm working on. So, hey, it is what it is. But I saw the title and I didn't know which way you were going with this. I said, let me find out. But I appreciate you bringing it up and it's nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too.
You too, Loyalty. Yeah, that's Loyalty and Betrayal right there. Definitely got to talk to her more. Man, I'm going to put her.
Yeah, she up on her gang.
Man, I swear. Basically, one of the best people when it comes to all this information that a lot of these people, like, the crazy part it is, a lot of people go off of speculation. She's the type of person that'll get down to the rooter and the tutor. You feel me? She'll get the facts, and it ain't no arguing, and it ain't no debate about the facts. That's what's going on. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to put you up on game on her, man. Let's finish up this video. Got a couple more minutes. We're gonna have some closing statements, and then keep it pushing, man.
The day that the Billboard chart announcement for January 10th is coming out, so basically, like the official day that FDO is peaking at its chart of number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, Pooh Shiesty is doing this nonsense. He thinking he came up so good. That's how greed can really spoil you. He was so greedy over this song. The success of this song is the biggest song of his career. It was a hit and he was the highest charting rapper on Billboard at the time. There were no rappers charting anywhere near as high as Pooh Shiesty when this was going on. Gangsta rap is down bad right now, is what it is. The very day that he's hitting that chart lick, he's doing this. And Pooh Shiesty is going to be absolutely cooked, especially when you got Gucci Mane making identifications of you. It's absolutely cooked. Now, I personally don't hold it against Gucci Mane. I don't think there's anything wrong with snitching. It's not snitch. It doesn't count. If you're a law-abiding citizen, it doesn't count as snitching. I said QCP is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. When you're worth 9 figures, you can't snitch. There's no such thing as snitching. No street codes to abide by. I had a situation where a bunch of people got on my case because some random gang member who I've never met messaged me a bunch of shit on Instagram. I don't know you. And I talked about online, bro, this guy crazy hit me up a bunch of stuff. I just seen he got a murder case. I'm not in cahoots with you. I can't snitch. I was never in your conspiracy saying I'm a snitch. I ain't nothing. I don't want no parts of your criminal conspiracy. I'm over here I'm getting money, doing my thing, doing a report. I don't want nothing. I'm not a criminal, right? I can't snitch. I snitch. We in cahoots and I snitch and turn on my man. That's not possible. I don't want no parts of this. Gucci Mane not in the streets no more. He caught a body back in the day. Yes. All right. He was trapping out the bando, all of that good stuff. But he is rich as fuck now. He writing books about his mental health. Ain't no snitching, bro. You bad for business. And Pooh Shiesty just screwed himself because that contract is not nullified because you're holding him up with a Draco and he signed away his right. You ain't, bro, Gucci Mane still owns all your career. You getting put on the shelf, buddy. You getting put in the feds and on the shelf at the same time. That's crazy. That's crazy work. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this. Do you guys think Gucci Mane's career is over? I still fuck with Gucci Mane, but I do feel like for the streets, it is going to be over with. And once again, it's just another nail in the coffin for gangster rap, which is so down bad right now. And clowns like Young Thug with his hypocrisy, 21 Savage with his lame, just a virtue signaling to the streets. And now we've got Pooh Shiesty just fucking the game up. And then really kind of like tainting the legacy of Gucci Mane, forcing him in a position where he has to cooperate just to go about his business. He wants to get his $1 million wedding ring back. You dumb. Like, of course. He's got an insurance policy. Not just going to take multi-million-dollar L's and just have you guys pawning off his wedding ring. There's a sentimental value. Kill you over a wedding ring. You're joking. Anyway, shout out to Gucci Mane, man. No disrespect, but it is what it is. His career has unfortunately now. His street cred is tainted. Is what it is. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. And for now, I'm out, gang. Peace. FDO.
Hey, man. So what you got?
If you got hit.
So what you guys say about it, brother?
Bro, like, all right, first of all, my point, if this is Loyalty and Betrayal was saying, he's got a kid, he's got a family now, he got responsibility, you know what I mean? So is it snitching because of that fact? Because now he's more mature, responsible, he's married now, he ain't in the streets no more. Is that snitching? Just like Trap Lord Ross has said, is that snitching? Because like he said, the guy in his comments saying he trying to implicate him or something like that, and he was like, "Yo, I'm not in the game." You know what I'm saying? So it's not snitching for me. It's snitching if I was in the game with you, yeah. But I'm not in the game, so it's not snitching. You feel me?
Yep.
So is that true for Gucci Mane? Or like, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. Can you get a pass because you older now and now you can snitch? I mean, or you can tell you call the police now. Like, I mean, are they gonna look at that as respect? I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
No, keep going.
Like everything is just changing right before your eyes now. You know what I'm saying? Like for the past 2 or 3 years, there's been a whole bunch of snitching going on with some street shit, and motherfuckers is getting passes. You know what I'm saying?
6ix9ine or before or after 6ix9ine?
Shit. I guess it started with him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he was the first person to actually snitch, and a lot of people were saying like, "Oh no, man! Well, they was doing him wrong." So
yeah. Well, but my other point to that, the stupidity of the plan was like that whole thing was they thought he wasn't gonna snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, what if they actually would have got away with it and Gucci Man, he didn't snitch. Gucci didn't snitch. Say he didn't snitch. Say he didn't report none of the diamonds being stolen for the insurance and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Say he didn't. Well, they still you, I don't know if you're like, yeah, you need probably witnesses for the signing and all that. And you say, Lord Tia Betrayal said that he had a partner. So, yeah, it's not going to go without the partner. You know what I mean? So the plan is still failed. The plan is still going to fail even if he don't snitch.
Yep.
Which is all in all a fucking stupid ass idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like lose-lose. You know what I mean? It was stupid.
Not well thought out.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because I was about to say it's like that, basically like that two-step verification. Okay, you done stole a password, but now we're about to send this code to this other device that's linked to it to verify everything, and you don't got that. So yeah, man.
Right. And not
yeah.
only that, they being tracked by a fucking air tag. You got the fucking rental cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You got a song? Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, how stupid do you have to be? It's like, I'm about to go on Sunday and blow his head out. You know what? Like, and then when it happens, it's like, oh, well, it's just music. Like, come on. Now.
Yeah.
Like, it don't work that way.
He's got footage of the robbery for the blackmail, man.
Crazy.
A crime in a crime. What the fuck? That's fucking stupid, man.
Dumb and Dumber was the thing, but they probably auditioning for Dumb, Dumb, and Dumbest type
Man,
shit.
the whole time I'm listening to this shit, I'm thinking of that show, the World's Dumbest Criminals and shit. I'm like,
and if they got that for rappers, he would be number one.
Yeah, they probably might say it's the world dumbest rappers. Like, might as well bring that shit out, man, because I'm pretty sure we got enough footage for it now.
Hey, man. And that's sad, man. This is a pretty dope live.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to change the title because we couldn't even get to the second one, but
yeah.
And I appreciate Loyalty Betrayal pulling up. I appreciate you, Corny, pulling up, man.
Yeah.
Have everybody's information in the description. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add them as a collaborator so y'all can just click on their profile and subscribe to them. But this was a very successful and a very dope live. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. And man, on that note, I'm out or we out. We gonna see you on the next one, man. Peace.